All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition of the Kenyan podcast. Today we have Robby Collins in the building. Yeah. So I'm pressing these things you're gonna hear in post, man.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah. You guys are going crazy in post, man. Welcome to Nairobi once again.
Thank you, brother.
It's become like your second comedy home in Africa, right?
Definitely. It's third time in a year. Well, the last time I was here was in July. And I think the first time we met was at the festival, right?
The first time we met? Yes, last year.
Yeah.
That was the first time you came to Nairobi.
Time. But shout out to Vafa.
Vafa Naragi, yeah, shout out.
Yeah, Vafa, he had come out here, actually. Yeah. And he really enjoyed himself. And we're spending some time together. And he just said a lot of amazing things about Nairobi.
Oh, some good things, right?
Like about the people, about the comedy. And then put me in touch with Doug. Doug invited me out for the festival.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Doug.
Shout out to Doug and Standup Collective. And I had so much fun. That was in April of last year. And immediately when I got home, I was like, I need to come back for some solo stuff.
Damn.
And then I was back in July. And it's great. I think also as South Africans, I don't know what your perception of South Africans are.
Yeah.
But South Africans much prefer or think it's better to travel to Europe or the States.
All right.
Or the Far East. And we put, I think, in Africans in general, we put Europe and the States on a pedestal.
All right.
And we don't show enough love to Africa. Africa is huge.
Yeah.
And has beautiful countries. But for some reason, we skip that whole continent just to go to Amsterdam or to New York.
But maybe because we didn't have the rooms.
Yeah,
see now like the rooms have been created in Kenya. All right. In Tanzania, they also Punchline creating some rooms there. So probably, if more rooms are created across the continent,
yes,
you don't need to travel much to Europe and
100%. But I think it's a unison effort where you need the general public who are just tourists to be interested in traveling in Africa, which will create rooms because nightlife improves and all those things. The same way in Cape Town. Cape Town, you do shows Monday to Sunday. They're packed. And half the crowd is South African, half the crowd is international. Yeah. So the scene grows because tourists come out there.
Oh, it's part of the scene.
It's part of the scene.
The tourist scene.
People always...
Suck it.
Yeah, people think that comedy or... like art works by itself. It doesn't. There are so many things to do with the way government run things, the way people go out. Like if you create that culture of going out and grabbing dinner and watching comedy, then you're gonna have more people just going, oh, that's on our list of things to do. Where you don't have to convince them with a big name to come to comedy. People like in New York, people just they just form a line to a comedy club. They don't know who the hell's performing.
Oh, for real?
They just believe in the product of stand-up comedy. So I think Africa is getting there.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No
There's
problem.
This guy called AK Dance.
Yes,
you met AK Dance,
I know AK
right?
Dance from Sudan.
He's now a cow jumbo. He dropped the AK Dance.
Oh.
Yeah. So this guy, he was telling us that you can just put together a show, right? And then you go to the Melbourne Comedy Festival.
Yes.
I don't know if that's what it's called. Then you just get a room and you do your show and guys will just come.
Yeah.
If it's a good show, more people will come.
Also, if it's part of the...
You don't have to be famous to...
No. Because they're trusting comedy. So I've done Sydney and Perth comedy festivals and people just naturally come out because they go, you part of the comedy festival? I'm assuming they book somebody that's good. And and people just come out. Australia is dope, but Australia is too white. It's too white, dude. It's literally too white. It's such a... I'm used to people of color and white people. Like I also like white people around. Don't get me wrong, but a place with just white people.
You know, when you're in Nairobi, you're more white than black. You know that, right?
Yes.
Are you aware?
My girlfriend explained that to me. She said, because we have colored back home as a race. Yeah. But in Nairobi, I'd have realized that.
Yeah, guys like if I'm downstairs walking down, like, hey guys, you had a mzungu around. Like, yo,
you call white people Mzungus here?
Yeah, white people are mzungus.
Because in South Africa it's Mlungus.
And then colored people. Oh, it's Mlungus.
Yes, Mlungu.
Same language, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then colored people are called pointees.
Pointees.
So pointees is 0.5, 0.5. So 0.5 black, 0.5 white.
Is that a street term?
So you're a pointee, more or less.
Oh shit! I didn't know I'm a pointee. Can I swear?
Pointee. Yeah, you can swear. Yeah.
Pointee.
Yeah.
So wait, is pointee given? Is that because colored is even credited by like the government use the word
in South
colored?
Africa?
Yes. Yeah. So pointee is the government even?
No.
Oh, that's
it's just some random guys walking around here who are pointees.
No, but that's street slang. It's not.
Yeah. It's right. Street slang.
Because like us on like birth certificates, you can.
So it's written there colored.
Yeah, colored.
Damn.
Yeah.
So back to your first trip to Nairobi. What were your feelings on the way? Were you mixed feelings, or Vafa had already sold you
No, it was great.
Nice image.
You guys also, the comics are the same anywhere in the world. I think comedians in general have the same mindset and concept. You just now dealing with a comedian with a different background.
Okay.
That's all it is. So comedically, I'm just like, I'm back home.
All right.
And guys are hungry for information. They're hungry for stage time. There's it's that hunger. And because I guess Kenyan comedy, the scene is newer than South Africa.
Yeah.
So there's that hunger to grow.
Yeah.
And I think there's a hunger to grow. There's a mixture between hunger to grow and an experience of pain or poverty or suffering that somehow joins its powers and creates great comedy.
It's a cocktail.
It just naturally. There's a comedian who said it. He said, an open mic black comedian starts with already 15 years of experience.
Shit.
Because, brother, there's something about coming from hardship that makes you a funnier person.
Yeah, because sometimes guys don't even know how they're gonna get to the club.
No, dude. Exactly. Like if
you get to the club, guys are sharing one bottle of.
Yeah, I've learned the skills. You
freaking Kenya can. Like, yo.
You Kenyan comics, I've noticed, because there's a bottle store next to the club, and I see how all the guys everyone has their turn to go to the bottle store, and then they're just drinking under the table.
And like they never buy the big, drink. It's just this little. Quarters. They're called a quarter.
Yeah. Oh, quarter. Okay.
Yeah, it's a quarter. So you came through the first time.
Yes.
Then what the next time you came to do just your show?
I came to do my show for just 2 nights. Mamito, she played. She was with me on the lineup.
You did 2 nights.
I did 2 nights. But with the festival was great because I jumped on, but I also just felt like I don't know how to explain it, but when you go to a place for the first time and there's something in you that says that it's not going to be the last time.
Oh, right.
Like it just felt like there's a connect. There's just but I just remember the first time coming here how it rained. It rained every day hard.
It was raining in the club at some point.
So yeah, I came back immediately, like 2 months later, 3 months later, because I was like, I think I need to capitalize on this and spend a bit more time out. And then I was speaking to Doug beginning of this year. I was like, I want to come out again. I want to try and work, because my show is called Come As You Are, but I'm working also new material. And I think when you travel with material, because you're explaining your story to people, sometimes you explain a bit more and you add on a joke. So the more you travel, the more your material grows, because you're speaking to different individuals from different walks of life, but you're still being you. So your material will just keep picking up. And like I already have bits that I've been doing the past 2 nights that will now make it back home or to the next country or to the next city, because it worked for a Kenyan crowd but still explaining my story. So now I'm like, oh, this thing plays a part in the journey of the material, the craft, you know what I mean?
How long have you been doing this show, the Come As You Are?
Since last year.
Okay.
So last year it won an award at Comic Choice Award. It won. And I've kept the name, but the show is changing. So by next year, I'll just have a new hour and I'll give it a new name. So that's pretty much how I'm I'm approaching this. Like the next shows that I'm doing in South Africa when I go back, they're all just gonna be Robby Collins live.
All right,
and see from there.
So you because I've seen you do the same show in the same cities.
Yes.
Do you tweak up the material, or people? It's a new crowd that comes out to see the material.
You tweak up the material, definitely. You've got also to make it exciting for you. I think the first 10 minutes of my show now, last night I was listening to it this morning. Last night it was like 15 minutes. The new stuff is just that 15 minutes up front is just for Kenya.
All right.
Like it has, but it's also, I tried it at home before I came, but now there's even more to it.
It's growing. It's taking its own life.
Yeah. It's taking its own life and it's becoming a thing. It's interesting. Like even in Namibia, like just being in a place, like Namibia had equal gay laws and then they took it back.
Oh,
so
did.
now, yeah. So now that's
they undid the gay laws.
They undid the thing. Like 2 months in, they're like, not enough.
We change our mind.
Yeah, this is disgusting. So that's now part of my gay material because of just going to Namibia. Like you add on that stuff.
Yeah.
So in the travel sense, you're growing as a human being because you're seeing and experiencing more, and that's playing a part in how you speak and communicate on stage. Like when I started comedy, and how long are you doing it for?
How long have I done comedy?
Yeah,
since what we're doing now since 2017.
2017.
Yeah.
So the way you started as a comedian, what you thought was funny, now you look at it differently.
Yeah.
Like when I think back to stuff I was saying in 2018, I'm like, how the hell was I even saying this shit? Like, this is this. Like
it's horrible.
It's horrible.
I feel like it's horrible.
But it served its purpose, and it got laughs, and people enjoyed it. But now I look back and like, I used to have a lot of porn jokes, at some stage. But I guess I watch porn. But now I don't watch porn. I haven't watched porn in over 2 years, so it's not part of me no more.
Yeah. So you can't do them with the same oomph,
yes.
Unless you do when I used to watch porn.
Exactly. So now you just like, you can do that in retrospect, but it's not part of my life anymore. So you can't be talking about that shit.
Yeah, I feel like I do too much crowd work, and I need to start doing bits.
Yes, bits will.
But sometimes I'd write bits through doing the crowd work. Like I do crowd work, then I'm like, this works. Then I go and make it into a bit. But now sometimes when the bit is not working, you'd run back to the crowd work, which is a crutch.
Yeah, like crowd work is one thing, but I also think crowd work on social media is kind of fucking with the comedy, because people, if you don't go to comedy clubs and you only see people doing crowd work, and they post crowd work because they don't want to get rid of their material, so they naturally post the crowd work. Cool. But then what you're also training the audience, to behave in a certain way. So now the audience is coming out to the show and they're going, I must participate in this shit.
Yeah.
They're like, no, bro, I don't need you. I don't need you screaming out things. But if you're only watching stand-up comedy on your TikTok, you're assuming that being boisterous or being loud or saying shit to the comedian is part of the night.
Yeah.
Whereas you want to actually just do bits. And if something happens, yes, we can do the crowd work. But I think, we kind of, it's intense on how much crowd work has been put out on social media.
Yeah, the guys are just specializing as crowd work comics.
I want to hear your opinion. Tell me some stuff about the world. What do you think?
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it's wrong, just be there's a great thing. I love an opinionated comedian or comedian that owns their story. Like somebody have you seen Celestine Tuli?
Yes.
She's both.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to Celestine Tuli. Celestine Tuli is a beast on stage, bro. But she's literally she's so opinionated, but she also owns her story. Like when she talks about herself, it's like, this is who I am. You know what I mean? I dig that. That's a riskier thing, but it pays off more. Or you can just do stereotypes and crowd work and play the safe thing. But the safe thing is going to be acceptable until the safe thing is like chicken and rice. chicken curry and rice. It's safe. Everybody gonna like it. But when you uniquely yourself and opinionated and you're owning your story, once the audience tastes your sushi, chicken and rice is no more as nice.
Fuck the chicken and rice.
I'm telling you. So that's the thing. Like this, I don't want to go. I can go on for hours about like deep comedy talk, but like there's lineups you perform and you just go, everybody was nice here. Like everybody was funny, but everybody was nice. And then you got the comic that goes, I'm gonna go a bit further and say some shit. That's the Cat Williams energy, the Chappelle energy, Richard Pryor energy. We're like, yo, we're not gonna just tell you jokes. We're gonna do more.
So you guys in South Africa, like in Kenya, I think we still do. We look up to you guys because you guys had a scene, or rather have a scene.
Yes.
So part of the mecca for us guys here was like, yo, have you gone to South Africa?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they're like, yo, they have rooms there. You can perform every day. For you guys, who are you guys looking up to?
I think a lot of the cats have started doing the UK. Jam, he's in the UK now.
Yeah, shout out Jam.
I think he's got like 2 sold out shows.
In the UK?
In the UK, dude.
Damn.
Alfred Adrian, I think, sells out more than anyone right now. South African comedian, apart from Trevor Noah.
All right.
Alfred Adrian's on a run, bro. He's doing amazing. But also, I love Alfred's success because Alfred's also part of the comedy world. He's been in the trenches with us in the clubs, and now he's got this success, I think, the past 2 years. And he's doing great. Like, he sells out everywhere. That guy's selling out in Europe, Australia, New Zealand.
How do you build to such a level? Or it's just
well, I think it's a mixture of hard work as a comedian, and then something just helping you pop off.
Oh, okay.
I think in COVID, L was really good with his social media that gained a crazy following. But he also, when he got his fame, he is also ready as a comedian.
All right.
I think some comics get mixed up with trying to be social media famous and neglecting the stand-up. Because people will come out for you if you're famous. They'll come out the first time. they'll always come out the first time. But you disrespect them. Bruh, people do not realize that word of mouth is still stronger than any social media app, bruh.
Yeah, true.
Yo, bro, I'm telling you, somebody has a shit time, they're telling at least 3 people.
This guy sucks!
They are.
That's the problem. Like here we have social media stars who are getting into stand-up.
Yeah.
So you see a guy who does sketches, so they suddenly announce they're gonna do a 1-hour special. So you're like, yo. And I'm like, how brave are you?
They have no idea.
Huh?
Stand-up comedy done well looks like the easiest thing. So the problem is, if you have fame and stuff and then you go, fuck, I like stand-up. But you've only watched stand-up comedy specials. So you've only seen it at its absolute best.
Yeah, that's it. That's the highest refined level.
When you see a Chappelle's special or whichever comedian, you've seen it after they've done the thing 200 times. So it's clean. There's no fat on it.
Yeah.
And then so when you watch stand up at home and it's shot beautifully, you're like, oh, this is great. Come to the club on Wednesday. Come to the open mic and then tell me how you feel about going back on stage.
Yeah.
So those people, I always say to comics, don't worry about those people. The system will flush them out naturally, bro. Their self-esteem is not strong enough for what we do on the daily.
Yeah, it's horrible, man. How did you get into stand-up?
Lack of education. Lack of education. Well, I always wanted to do it. But also, so the way you say you guys look up to us, in South Africa now has a pride amongst the youngsters for the South African arts.
Okay.
There's a term that South Africans used to use a lot in the 90s and early 2000s where they'd say, this is good for South Africa. So there's always a thing of looking abroad to what the level of skill is. And we had an influx. There was Mark Lotching, one of the early guys. David Cow was great. But also remember, comedy. Mark Lotching, Cape Town, colored dude, Afro. Incredible. That guy's been doing comedy since '98. Every year, new show.
Damn.
He does. He's doing stand-up, and then he's going into a musical. He's taken his characters from stand-up and done musicals with them.
Shit.
He's incredible. Like a consistent beast in the game, sells out everywhere. And also one of the nicest dudes. I consider him a mentor and a very good friend.
So where was he building his bits?
So Mark Lotching, this is a crazy story. If you first time you're hearing about Mark Lotching, please look him up.
Yeah.
Incredible human being, incredible comedian. Mark Lotching was a straight dude working in advertising. On his 30th birthday, he was engaged to a lady. On his 30th birthday, when he gets his 30s, he realizes that no, he's proudly gay. He wants to come out of the closet. On his 30th birthday, he decides he's going to entertain his friends at a restaurant. So he gets a mic and everything, and he does a character, and he does like 20 minutes at a restaurant. The owner sees the shit. He's killing it. His owner sees it. The owner of the restaurant sees it, and he goes, "Yo, can you come back and do that shit
again next time?" Yeah.
What? Yeah, come back and do it again. Mark does it again. He just became a comedian.
Oh, for real?
He'd like change his whole life at 30.
That is crazy. And then he has a very the way he speaks. It's
So now he's this world-renowned stand-up comedian who's done festivals everywhere, sold out everywhere. But that's literally how he got into stand-up.
Oh, okay.
So it was Mark Lotching, David Cow, Kagiso Lediche. And before that...
and before that?
Before that, because of apartheid, only comedians were doing the stand-up, comics were doing the shit, was white comics.
Yeah, Joe Parker was one of them.
Joe Parker, Mel Miller, and some of these dudes would go overseas and then just get like fucking comedy albums, listen to that shit, and then come back home and do...
For real?
And do George Carlin and just make it a South African version. But this is before YouTube and stuff, so you didn't know.
Oh, for real?
But we weren't even allowed at those shows anyway. You wouldn't even go to that show. So in the black and colored community, there was like street performers, which was more character driven. 94 happens, and then Mark, David Cow, Stuart Taylor, Kagiso Lediche, there's an influx of comics of color coming onto the scene.
Yeah.
We had a couple shows, and then who pops off? Trevor Noah.
Yeah.
Trevor Noah is the generation, Eloy Sogola, that's a generation after David Cow. And
okay.
He pops off. And I call it this pre-Trevor Noah phase and post-Trevor Noah phase. Once this Trevor made it big, he made comedy a doable thing in South Africa.
Like people saw it, they're like,
you can do
this.
I think Trevor is responsible for maybe 100 comedians starting.
Including me, you guys.
Yeah, bro. Like Trevor changed. I'm saying 100 comedians. Obviously, he's responsible for way more comics doing it. But with Trevor Noah's pop off, a lot of comics came into the clubs and were like, "Oh, this thing is doable." I was doing stand up just before because I opened at Trevor's first one man show. Like I think his first 4 one man tours. But so I started just because I wanted to do stand up since I was young.
All right.
Yeah, and then but when I remember distinctly when Trevor popped, the comedy club energy changed. Like there were very few comedians. Lineups were the same everywhere.
Yeah.
You had a lot of familiar faces, and after Trevor Noah's Daywalker, all of a sudden like people started signing up.
Oh, to get on stage.
Yeah, there was a huge thing of like, oh, I want to do this or I can do this.
So when you were younger, what piqued your interest in comedy?
I think I was always funny to the people. I was a very quiet kid, but funny to the people around me. And my teacher, Mrs. Monks, in grade 7, she used to always say to me, I'm going to be a stand-up comic. I didn't realize I was kind of doing comedy in certain ways. So she'd say, come perform for the kids before we start class, just to get all this energy out so you can behave. And I'd sometimes do characters. I do it with my friend Andrew, sometimes alone. tell stories, and it was in a way stand-up. But I didn't realize that. And she used to just say, you must do stand-up comedy. I didn't know what the woman was talking about. And then watch movies, and I was like, I like the stuff. And then I started watching stand-up. Eddie Murphy, Delirious, Chris Rock's Bigger and Blacker, and Chappelle. And then I used to start, this is when the internet started being a thing. So you could Google. And then I'd Google all these dudes, and every one of them would bring up the inspiration of Richard Pryor.
All right.
And eventually I went to Joburg. Sorry, this is a long story. I went to Joburg to my mom's friend, and I was just chilling there. I was like 15, 16. I was too young to go out or whatever. So they had a movie card from when you still go and hire movies. Uh-huh. And they said, it's down the road, hire as many movies as you want. And they had this huge stand-up shelf.
All right.
And I watched everything. I watched Chappelle. I was just watching. And then Pryor's one. Somebody had taken out Pryor. And then the last day I was there, somebody had brought back the Pryor. And I was like, fuck, let me just watch this guy. Uh-huh. And it blew my mind.
And you're a kid, right?
15, 16.
Yeah.
And after watching Richard Pryor, because this was also done in the 70s, so it wasn't even like recent stand-up, but his shit resonated with me so hard. Like immediately I started writing stand-up. I only did stand-up for the first time at 21, but I started writing stand-up. I was just like, I remember going out and buying it when I went back home and playing it for the family. Like my mom even can quote Richard Pryor.
You listened to it like...
Dude. And then my sister, they also knew I'd like comedy. My sister in America, she sent like Kings of Comedy. That also was like a mind-blowing thing.
Yeah.
But like getting stand-up back then was difficult. Like somebody would bring a DVD into the hood. It was
pretty rare.
It was rare, bruh. So people get a DVD, bring it into the hood. Somebody makes copies, comes past you. You're like, oh shit, who's this guy?
Yeah.
Russell Peters? Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Cat Williams? So it was so that's how we consume stand-up. Nowadays, if you want to be a comedian, you just go on YouTube. You can literally watch a thing.
Yeah.
Like you can watch podcasts with comics.
Yeah.
Back then, you didn't know what you were walking into. It was just like, and also I dropped out of school because I was like, I'm going to do stand-up.
You dropped out in
first day of grade 11.
All right.
I was like, I'm out. And then and my mom was like, okay, you got to work. And I just did any job. And then I got into theater. And then a friend of mine, Cherie, she was the sound lady. And these comics, these comedians were Simi Aref, Glenbow. These guys were first people who put me on. They had done stand-up and we were rehearsing a play. And our play came on, and this chick, Cherie, she was like, yo, you should really do stand-up. And I was like, where do I go in Durban? Because I was very quiet on the stand-up scene. And she was like, there's this guy, Glenn Bow. Message him. She gave me his number. She said, message him, go through. And that was the beginning.
Yeah.
And life-changing moments. And I remember quitting my job. I was like, I'm going to be a comedian. And that's 17 years later, bruh.
But I'm sure it was a rough journey, man.
Rough as fuck.
Shit.
Rough as fuck.
I normally meet guys like, I want to be a stand-up comedian. I'm like, all right. But if I see a comedian next week, especially if they bomb this week and I see them again next week, I'm like, yo, this guy.
Yeah. When so my first 10 shows were amazing.
All right.
My 11th show was a problem. My 11th show, not one person laughed, and I remember being so fucking depressed. Because back then, you would only get on stage like every month. So like for a month, I wasn't getting out of bed. My mom didn't know what to do. She was like, yo, this boy. She called my older cousins to come speak to me. She's like, I don't know what's happening with Rob.
So you're one of the youngest guys on the scene, right? One of them. Because you're pretty young.
Yeah. At the time, I was myself and Simi Aref were probably like the youngest. But Cape Town had young guys. But in Durban, we were probably like the youngest guys. Just figuring it out. And...
who was the OG in Durban at the time?
See, the problem with Durban is back then Durban was segregated racially.
Oh, it was?
So Celeste, Sfiso Nene, they were like with the black scene. Richelieu, Bonnoir, Calvin Goldstone, they were more Neil Green.
Yeah, Calvin.
Calvin. I must actually tell him to come through.
Yeah.
He'd love it here. they were the colored scene, and then there was the Indian comics that had a scene, and then there was the white comics. I happened to start with the white comics.
All right.
And then myself and Carvin, the way it integrated, myself and Carvin were so desperate for stage time, we used to go to this place. It was called Zach's. It had like a husband and wife duo that do like covers of Lionel Richie and Marvin Gaye and all this shit. But in between their singing, between their singing, we'd be like, "Yo, can we do 5 minutes to your people? You've got their attention."
Yeah,
that's how desperate we were. And Carvin was there, looking for stage time, and we exchanged numbers and we're talking, and then that's when the infiltration of like races
all right
began, and then meeting Celeste and meeting Sfiso Nene and rocking with them. That was like but before, in those times, it was very much like black audience, black comics there, white comics, white audience there. But in a good way, I think, for my writing, performing to white people who don't know my background may help me be able to maneuver in different worlds.
I think, like, I've had the same problem here. We used to have a place called Two Grapes, which was it was a very nice room. Like, it was very rare to bomb there. But I realized I don't have material for white people, and it would fuck with me, man.
Yeah.
Like, when I see a majority white audience, I'm like, shit.
Yes.
What am I gonna tell these people? And that is why I thought of starting to go to Cape Town.
Oh, go to the hub of whites.
Yeah,
you're like, let me.
The sauce.
That's 52 with Upper West Side, New York.
All right.
Sorry if people don't know. We were just watching. What is this called?
Walk Through New York.
Walk Through New York. 52. There's a comedy club on 54. 54th.
Yeah, I can even see
West.
Broadway there.
Yes. 54th West, and it's Grizzly Pear. It's a dope comedy club, but it's also it's on 54th Street, but it's also opposite the old Studio 54.
All right.
Which was the crazy club where like Basquiat and Andy Warhol, everyone went there. Diana Ross used Michael Jackson. Okay. But it's like this little red door in a wall, and that was like the center of anything. Everything that came out of there became world renowned.
Oh, okay.
Music, artists, like the people went there, and it was just like, yeah,
it's like a mecca for artists.
Yeah, but it was like to get in there, you had to be cool. They wanted craziness, so they wanted the transgender in person in there. They wanted black. They wanted a crazy. So it was a place where anyone was welcome.
All right.
It was just like a birth of creativity and eccentric people.
These guys keep these places for years, right? You've been to the Comedy Cellar,
closed
right?
now. It's closed now, but yeah.
You've been to the Cellar?
Yeah, a few times.
So back to what I'm saying. I hope it connects to the Cellar story. Like that performing for white people sort of gave you enough material for them to relate with whatever the heck you're performing on stage, right?
I think what I realized is because you only know your story. I think what I naturally got from that was to be myself and talk about my shit, but make it accessible to people. Because if I just started in front of colored people, I think or black people, that's easy. Our backgrounds are here. So it's easy to get that.
Yeah, the story is similar.
The story is similar. When I tell you about a thing, you can even smell that. When I tell you about this hood, you know that hood. You know that food, you know that smell, you know the thing by just me explaining it. With the audience, the white audience. This is not all white people as well, but you have to paint pictures a bit better.
Yeah,
you need
which is a good skill to have.
It's a good skill. I didn't know that. I was learning that.
Yeah.
Because then when I saw other comics that only play to a certain audience or an audience of their own kind, then I saw the difficulty it was for them to transition into this material's for everyone.
But it could also be a strategy, like you say, I am gonna be a black audience performer
Yeah, but
that's my career.
That's the thing. But you see, you saw Bernie Mac extremely black, with his material, but also an open white person's gonna love it.
Yeah.
So there's also a choice. It's also like there's some white comics they do white shit, but you appreciate it.
Yeah.
So it's I guess it's also what you want out of it or what you're trying to tell.
Yeah.
It's not. I read a quote once by a jazz musician, I saw this video of this famous jazz musician. He's a trumpeter. I forget his name, but an audience member asked him, "What's more important, the artist or the listener? Whose opinion is more important, the artist or the listener?" And he said, "The listener." But he said, "But the artist is the first listener."
All right.
So if you don't fuck with what's coming out of your mouth or what you're doing, can't give a damn about the other 100 opinions.
Yeah.
So for me, I even when it goes bad, I'm going, I can walk off stage and it didn't go the way I wanted it, but I can confidently say I gave what I wanted to give. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think that it's better to fail as yourself than you can also have a career about not being. You can have a whole career being somebody else.
Which could be depressing after a while, right?
Yeah, also it's gonna be found out, bro.
I was reading about this guy. Kevin Hart has a book, right?
Yes.
I don't remember the name of the book, but he was talking about Keith Robinson. So Kevin Hart had this story about him calling himself Kev the Bastard.
Yes, Kev the something bastard.
And then this guy just told him to quit that shit and just talk about his life.
Yeah. Keith Robinson, I met him a few times. Dope dude.
Yeah.
But he was I think he was a mentor for Kevin Hart and a few guys. He's like an OG.
Yeah, he's a comedian's comedian.
Yeah. But also, like, he was doing. He also had a stroke, which I think set him back.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's great. He is absolutely great. I think stage names you're gonna outgrow a stage name. A stage name doesn't work. A stage name's great for a rapper. How many?
So you should drop Emmanuel, the funny OG.
I hate stage names.
Yo, give it up for Emmanuel, the funny OG. Taking me. Yo, what's up, guys? How you doing? Thank you.
I'm changing my name to Robbie, the lanky bastard.
Lanky B.
Lanky B, bro. It's I don't know, but each to their own.
I think we grow it because when we started out here, the first big comedy outfit was called Churchill Show, right?
I heard about it.
Yeah, so most of the guys in Churchill Show they'd kill it on stage. It was more like improv, to be honest, because you have to write your bits on between Tuesday and Thursday, and it was going straight to TV. So most of these guys had names.
That's crazy.
You know, like...
So the first time you do the material, it goes on TV?
Yeah. So if you kill it right there, on Sunday you're on TV, and then if you kill it every week, you're going to be on TV every week. By the seventh week, you're getting called for freaking advertisements, man. It was wild.
Is it?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Just pre-COVID.
Okay.
It died around pre-COVID. But now we have this new scene where comedians are just coming out as themselves and their personalities, and it's doing well.
Yeah, I think for the quality of stand-up, this is a better way.
Yeah, it's longevity.
Because then you're throwing people. I don't think there's a right or wrong way, but I do believe in a refined joke and a thing both correctly. To do more for the comedian and more for comedy. I think it's very important that as comedians to take risks and to do things properly, because then you start adding value to stand-up and not just your career.
Oh, yeah.
Like if everybody runs a good gig, good lighting, good sound, you're giving to comedy. Because comedy needs to carry on when we're gone.
Oh, yeah, true.
That like the next generation of Kenyan comedians can't be facing the same shit you faced.
Yeah.
Same way with South African it's gotta get better. I think that's your impact is only as strong as what what you leave behind. Like a thing has to work without you.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's dope stuff.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I see it. Like sometimes there's a few comics that not that I don't like them as people, but I don't like that the comedy is done in a selfish way. So like my gig, I'm doing my gig because I don't get booked at other gigs. That's a bad mindset. Because in what you don't raise the level of stand-up, you're just doing it for your self-esteem. So then you can create like these little hubs of like death camps. I call it death camps because like, oh, you don't get booked at Emmanuel's gig? Fuck Emmanuel. I'm going to start my own shit. Yeah. Then it's just you and 3 other comics that are whack doing a show together. Yeah. So it doesn't really help. But at the same time, it can also, creating your own vibe, like also adds to the scene. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it all so depends.
What was it like growing up in Durban? You said you grew up during apartheid.
Yeah, but
but you're a bit, because 94 you were.
So 94 Mandela became president. 1990 was the end of apartheid. I'm born 87.
Okay.
But this is my thing. My mother is a teacher. She taught at Catholic schools. She's retired now. My only exposure to white people was at church or people that my mother brought home, because she was taught at predominantly white schools with white teachers. So my exposure to white people who came into my home or we went to their home was good. We're dealing with pretty open-minded white people for back then.
All right.
Who wanted to integrate and that. But that's the comfort of having your mother's protection. And then you go out as a kid into the real world and realize racism. Because at home, your mother's not going to bring a racist white person to your house.
Oh, so they'd come to your place?
Yeah, like people would come, the kids would come hang out, we'd go to their house. And there was the exposure to white people. So when I experienced racism, and also a parent protects you. So apartheid things were happening around us, but you don't feel it as drastically because you've got the protection of your parents. Mm-hmm. And then when you go out to the real world is when you feel and see things.
All right.
So I remember the first time I think experiencing racism was in grade 3. But you don't realize that. So the thing is, I think I probably experienced racism even younger than that. But when you're a kid, you just think this person's being mean.
Oh, you're like, what's wrong with this guy?
Yeah, you're just like, that guy's mean. That guy's a horrible dude.
Yeah.
But then you get older and you're like, oh, this guy didn't like me. This guy didn't like me from when
that person was racist.
Yes, this person, when I was walking towards them, they weren't fucking with me. But that's something that you got to put the clues and shit together when you're older. Then you go, oh, damn, that was a thing. You know, we like you go, oh, we're all born at that hospital because that's the hospital for only black and colored people. Like me and my siblings all were born at the same hospital.
It was for blacks and coloreds.
Yeah, so then you go, oh shit, okay.
So was it like blacks and coloreds, but even inside the hospital, no, there's blacks and coloreds?
No, there's black and colored people. I think it was mixed in the hospital.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think if you're in a hospital, it's like you're not gonna be like, yo, this guy needs surgery immediately. Make him wait.
But even after, what is his race? Is he black or colored?
Tell his black ass to get an asthma pump, keep himself alive until we see to it.
So, but even after Mandela checked in,
yes,
I'm sure it didn't just end like, yo.
No, there's still racism. Racism wasn't gonna stop. I think racism. Look at America. Racism only seems to be gaining power.
Yeah.
But I think it's a thing that Chappelle said. Chappelle said it in his special. He said, like, fear doesn't create peace. Cancel culture, LGBTQ plus, that's extremely hardcore. Was at a time, I think it seems softer now, with just canceling anyone who said something they didn't agree with. Even the racist comments. Somebody says something racist, you just cancel them. Yo, getting somebody fired from their job because they were homophobic or racist doesn't stop the shit.
Yeah.
You just make people that are racist and homophobic shy about speaking loudly, but you don't change their mindset or their heart.
Yeah.
Yes, it also is not your responsibility, but just because you say fuck this person, cancel them, make them delete this Instagram accounts because you're hounding them, doesn't change the hate that people have. So the thing is still very much there. We literally experiencing like hardcore racism. Like I don't know where you stand with it, but like to the point of like people getting arrested for protesting a genocide. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy that like you can lose work or opportunities because you're saying free Palestine.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's wild. In 2025, people can change this gender, but like I can't say free or think about, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it's also, it happened at such a crazy time because we also saw the love and attention that Ukraine got not so long ago when Russia bombed Ukraine. So now when it's brown and black people dying, like Congo's wild.
Yeah, even Sudan.
Like these things, and it's really eye-opening. We go, oh, the problem is who's dying.
There was this crazy war in Ethiopia, which I don't know. You remember Tigray? There's a place in Ethiopia called Tigray. They were trying to separate, and there was a crazy war that happened there. Like, look, it's so like no one is even talking about it, man.
And I would like to believe that I'm pretty worldly and accepting of like I don't just get news from social media. I go and look to read about things. I think that's the other problem is people don't read anything. They just get opinions.
Yeah. And I think you have to read widely so you get an objective.
Yeah. That's something I've learned in the past 2 years since the war / genocide started, was propaganda and how people have been playing us for years.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Dude, like now when you go, oh shit, the problem is that we've been getting all the news from these guys.
Yeah.
So like America's crazy. America will bomb a country and make you feel like they're the victims.
Yeah.
You're like, how am I rooting for the bully?
Like, I don't know what you think about Obama and what, like, the stuff they did in Libya.
Dude, that's great. Like America, how many parties does Kenya have?
Kenya is weird. Every election has new parties, man. But right now, there's UDA. UDA is the party in power right now.
Yes.
Which is weird. And then now the opposition party was supposed to be a party called ODM, Orange Democratic Movement. UDA is United Democratic Alliance. So these guys were selling hope to, like, they were selling to the, the regular guy on the ground, border guys.
Yes.
These guys who sell vegetables are called Mama Mboga.
Oh, I see.
So they'd be like, Mama Mboga, border, yo. So that's how they got in.
Trying to get the local.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then now there's ODM, Orange Democratic Movement, led by some guy called Raila, right? But now that guy is now in bed now with the president. But he's been in bed with all the presidents ever since, man. Like,
yeah.
So like this guy has been fucking with our minds all through.
Right.
So, but in terms of parties, you guys have ANC and like it's the major party, and
ANC, DA.
Here we don't have a constant party.
Yeah. So we have constant parties. There are some fly by night ones, and
the EFF did badly last time, right?
Yeah, EFF will do. I think Julius Malema is probably one of the most honest politicians right now, because he says politicians have a great way of saying bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Julius Malema is very straightforward and articulate in what he wants, but also for some reason, in his early days in politics, he was mad rebellious. He still is rebellious in a sense, but he's mad rebellious, and he put a lot of fear in white folks. Which I think some white people still see him in that light.
When you're saying take the land.
Yeah, and he's singing songs like Kill the Boer.
Yeah.
All those things. But there was his shock value. I think Trump uses that as well. I think Trump uses it even worse, because Trump just offends everybody. So he's also gone and gotten educated in this time. Like he's
even lost weight.
Yeah, he lost weight. He changed his whole life around, and he's a dope dude. I've spent.
Think so?
I've met him a couple times, and
oh, you have,
dude. The thing is about politicians. People forget that to be a politician and to take any power and be a leader, you got to be lovable. Like anyone, even if you hate a politician, there's people out there who genuinely love the person. Like you're not gonna gain. First of all, you need money for your elections. You need to get the people need to like you in many ways. I'm sure there's somebody out there who would probably thought Hitler was the coolest dude.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like, Hitler, bro. That guy. Have you ever been to Hitler's house? Oh, bro, it's the best. Chef. This guy keeps the drinks flowing. There's somebody out there who defends Hitler. Like, no, that motherfucker was dope.
Yeah, for real. Till now, I'm sure.
Yeah, till now. There's somebody who's probably like, no, Hitler paid for my grandkids' school fees. That guy was dope.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, he can also be doing the most evil shit.
Yeah, true.
But because people don't like a certain person, they just go, everything about you done.
Yeah.
It's like, no, these people also have families and friends.
And people love them.
Who love them. That's the unfortunate truth.
Yeah.
Like, I always think, like, whenever I see people always speak to victims' families with every right. I think the victim families' feelings are important first. But, like, if somebody's son was murdered, and you speak to the parents and you speak to the siblings and you go, oh, your brother or your son was murdered, that's hectic. I'm sure it's the amount of grieving that happens in that must be crazy. But do you ever think about, like, imagine if your son murdered a person? That heartbreak for a parent or for a sibling must be just as hard.
Yeah, you're like, yo, man.
You know what I mean? Like, it's to love somebody who does something evil. I don't think people talk about that shit. That's where the empathy comes in and all those things. Like, yo, man, like, this child I raised
is a murderer.
Is a murderer.
You even go visit them in jail, bro.
Dude, that like, nobody. And I get it why people, obviously, you need to hear the victim first and you want to hear the victim's voice loudest. But a mother whose child goes in, I guess she's also a victim in a certain way. You know, it's so my point is, like, with politics, and I always try and remove emotions from politics, is where I'm like, these guys are just playing the game.
Yeah,
these guys are.
No, I feel, and I wanted to say that when you were speaking, I feel like it's even politicians have a set.
He is. That's perfect.
And they do it so well.
Yes.
Like, they do it all over again.
Yeah.
I mean, all over. They do it many times.
Yes. They're doing the same gag.
Yeah.
They're doing the same gag. They just.
So, like, here during election season, I'm sure in SA too. So they move from town to town.
Yes.
And they just do the same bits. You know?
Yep.
So they get really good at doing those bits.
Right. And the thing, at least with a comedian, you can make everyone happy. You can make a white couple, a black couple, a colored couple, an Indian couple, all be laughing at the same shit and then walk home happy.
Yeah.
As a politician, there's no way you're gonna have the rich as happy as the poor.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
There's no way. Like, it's a clean. If you got to choose, then otherwise you're gonna be socialism or communism or whatever. If to try and level it out, but in a democratic world, you're not gonna give to the poor the same way you're giving to the rich.
Yeah, true.
Sometimes I feel like sometimes the poor just benefit from things that they did for the rich, and you go, "Oh shit, this kind of changed my life as well." Thanks. I didn't expect it to trickle down to me, but I don't think so.
Do you think Malema they lost ground because of his like, he does this Africa open border thing? And I've seen in spaces, like, you find a South African guy, man, he looks like a banker, or, he looks like a smart guy, but he's really not into that open border thing. Like, they're very, okay, I respect you saying, yeah, you're not keen on open borders, but, like, the level of passion this guy has for...
And it's most likely a white person.
No, sometimes it's a black person.
Yeah, sometimes a black person. Yeah, I've also heard black people say some wild shit about fellow Africans.
Yeah, man. So you're like, yo, I thought you are.
Now I've heard it, dude. But then you know where that is. First of all, South Africa was also 10 years away from having the arrogance and persona of how America does in Africa. Like South Africa can be bullies sometimes in to the rest of Africa in certain aspects. But I think that's literally governments not doing what they should be doing for the people, and then that's why people get upset.
In terms of protecting the...
So if you're not as corrupt and you doing the right things with these people's money, the taxpayers' money, you'll make the local happy, and the local will be more open to having a foreigner come in and trying to work because they're happy. That's why if you go to Emirates has people from around the world working.
Yeah.
But because the Emiratis are fine, they're not jealous of the shit.
Yeah, true.
They're not gonna fight a guy who comes from Bangladesh or Pakistan and trying to work his ass off. And you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like when you go to those hotels, everyone in that hotel is not from there. Mm-hmm. Everyone. So that's fine. But in South Africa, when you have corruption, like you have corruption everywhere else, and also the government's been corrupt. It just now happens that corruption is happening from black people, and I think white people complain about it, but they act like corruption wasn't happening in apartheid. Of course it was.
Yeah.
Like so that aspect of like you're angry at the wrong person. So you're angry at the dude from Zimbabwe who's coming and taking your job, but that's not the person you should be hitting or being angry at. Person is the person you voted for.
Yeah, the guy who let the like they didn't enforce the...
Yeah, it's so that's, and you see it even in America, like how they just ICE is just kicking.
Oh yeah, it's the same thing right now.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So because America's out here, if you out here giving billions to Israel to murder people, like you know how much your billions would do in the hood.
Yeah, true, bro.
And that's the thing, like, and when you think about racism and the hate you get from racism, it always comes from poor white people.
Yeah,
rich white people are too far gone to be dealing with a Mexican taking their job.
Yeah, they're busy in the Andes.
They're
chilling.
Yeah, they're in another level. So you're gonna get the hate from the person who's on that ground.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's this TikTok. There's this lady. I don't know if it's a party. It's called the Patriotic Alliance. So she, it's her and some other people. So they go to hospitals and they block. Like to get in, you have to show those people your residency. Like you have to show us your residency. You cannot enter this hospital without showing us your residency. Like it's wild, man. But I feel
in South Africa,
yeah. So, but I feel like even here
we have. Sometimes I just laugh at this shit.
Here we have Burundians now coming in.
Oh.
So, like Burundi, the economy there is screwed up totally. So they come here, but because of how maybe things are screwed up there, they're able to really undercharge here. So if you're working at a construction site,
so they're taking advantage.
At a construction site, maybe the rate is maybe 800 bob, but the Burundian will charge 400 bob, bruh.
Shit.
So maybe I feel like this problem will just be everywhere in all these spots where there's a neighbor who's doing horribly and then they're running somewhere else to try and make a living, man.
Yeah, but that's like at the same time, I'm a firm believer. Like if you don't have Nigerians in your country, in your city's shit. Generally, Nigerians only go to places where they can make money. If you don't have a community of Nigerians in your city doesn't have.
There is a problem.
It doesn't have anything to offer, and you should actually take a inside look at what you're doing in your city.
Yeah.
No person goes to a shit place.
Do you have that as a bit?
No.
That'll make for a good bit, man.
Like
in Kenya, there's a place called Roy Sambo. So all the Nigerians go there.
Roy Sambo?
Yeah, Roy Sambo.
Roy Sambo.
Yeah.
I'll try it out tonight.
Yeah, try it out. No, that's funny.
Yeah, but
like it's a mark of confidence.
Yes, you shouldn't. Why are you? No, you did well. Dude, of course you want somebody to come visit your country because it's doing well. If you don't have anyone in your country, then it's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Like there's Nigerians are everywhere, dude. There's even a community of Nigerians in Norway. You know how cold it is in Norway?
Shit.
And they're like, yeah, we'll make it work.
I saw a Nigerian church in Nepal.
Dude, why? I'm telling you, bro. If you don't have Nigerians, your city's shit.
Like Nepal near the Everest. You know that place? Before you get
they also
to base
boiling
camp?
out now. There's also riots.
They threw out the...
Yeah, but it's a thing. Like, understand why the ignorant person will get upset with them, because they don't. You rather fight the man next to you than try and get to a politician. Most of us vote for politicians, and once they're in power, everything they said they're gonna do, they do it. If they don't do it, but you don't have a say in telling them this shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, so you take your energy or your anger out on the person who's in your community.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The world seems crazy right now, but at the same time, I think I have a lot of hope for Africa. I think Africa as a continent, and I think it's the major countries that need to pull together. Like if you got Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa, Ghana, I don't know, like if you got those powerhouses on the same page, the other countries will start pulling themselves up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's but if South Africa is going to be a puppet to China or to America, then what's Botswana going to do?
Yeah. Have you played in Botswana?
I have a few times. I think the first time I ever left the country in my life was to perform in Botswana.
All right. Did you fly or you went by road?
I flew, dude. I did a show and it was great. It was my first year of comedy. And Takunda Bima, who was my first manager, still a good friend of mine, and he's now in production. He's not managing, but at the stage, Takunda managed myself, Kagiso Lediga, Lois Ogola, Trevor Noah. Like, we're all under his umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
But so he told me, and I remember going to get a passport and I went to perform.
You felt good, right?
Oh, dude.
It always feels good to go perform somewhere else, especially if did they book your ticket?
Everything. That feeling,
that feels good.
Because also before that, I was taking a bus everywhere. I take a bus from Durban to Cape Town. That's 30 hours on a bus, dude.
How long?
30 hours.
Oh shit!
Bus ride from
It's
Durban.
30 hours from Durban to Cape Town,
dude. You are fucked, bro. This is before cell phones. Like, you'd have a phone and maybe you could play Snake with a Nokia, but you had nothing, and they play movies on the bus. You've 30 hours. You've watched like 3 Tyler Perry Madea movies. By the time you get to Cape Town, you're sick and tired. So I used to just do buses, and then they flew me. I'll never forget my first flight, like being flown to Joburg for a gig. It's just a thing, but it's also for my mom. Like when you see your child dreams coming true, even in the smallest way. Like, it wasn't a crazy money, but at the time, it was off the.
It was a sign in the right, like,
yeah.
It's like, yo, I'm doing something.
Now I'm going overseas. Like, I know it's not overseas.
Yo,
but you know what I mean. Overland. Like, yes, I know the flight to Botswana is like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's still the thing of, oh shit. I'm gonna do my thing in another land.
Yeah, I know, it feels good.
And they asked me to come there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not forcing myself on them. They want me there.
Like for instance, now with your show here.
Yeah.
Like, how does it feel? Like, you've come in on Thursday, sold out from Thursday all the way to freaking Saturday, man.
Dude, it's mind blowing. It's really mind blowing to be able to do what you love and people come out. Last year I did 2 shows. One was sold out, and I was like, I don't know. I was like, no, man, let me try and do 3 this time. Let me up it and do the thing, and the love you get, it's incredible. Like, on and off stage, it's the comics, and you're like, yo, there's people. It's not to be to get your ass kissed, but like, there's comedians in other countries that respect what I do.
Yeah,
it's a huge thing. Like, it's a huge thing of going, okay, I've put my stamp on comedy more than I thought I would ever.
Yeah,
like, it's been pretty incredible, and I'm super grateful.
Yeah,
very, very grateful. I think that's one thing I do in my prayers every day is say thank you more than ask for things.
Yeah.
Like,
You've said that before. I've heard you say that.
Yeah, it's a huge thing where you're just like, oh shit, man. Like, yes, we all replaceable in life. Life will carry on without us. People will carry on without us, even if they mourn our deaths or whatever. But people get up and you find it in you to keep moving on. And the same thing that's going to happen with comedy. But I'm just like, in this time that I'm here and I can be doing it and making people happy and doing it to the highest level. Yeah, bruh. I'm extremely grateful for that. It's
dope to see.
Yeah, dude, how many people... I don't know, what did your parents do?
My dad was a professor he was a literature lecturer.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so and then my mom was a secretary.
Right.
My mom was more the quiet wife at home.
Yes.
But everyone at home had to go to campus and get a good job.
Yes.
That was the formula at home.
Yes.
So when I got out of college, I became a graphic designer. And then I decided, and then I saw a Trevor Noah video, which was quite weird on me. And I was like, I feel like I can do that.
Yes.
So I'm like, yo, I think I can do that. Then I started looking for a place to perform. I went to that Churchill place. Obviously, I bombed like a bitch. And I learned a lesson. But it was weird for me because no one else at home was a stand-up comic. But I was telling my dad, because he's a writer, I was telling him, you're a writer, but I'm a performer.
Yes.
So we're doing sort of the same thing, but in different ways. Like you're telling your story by writing. And
you also in comedy, you're also teaching in a way.
Yeah, true.
You also teaching in it. I think if I wasn't a comedian and I actually want to do it for like a semester, I want to go and teach.
Yeah, because I feel like comedy is a very powerful genre because you're on stage.
Yes.
Someone has opened their mind to what you're saying, and you're literally painting images inside this person's mind to the point that they react. Like, that's crazy.
Right. 100%. I think I would definitely, like, maybe one day when I have kids and like that first time the first 6 months when the kid is born, I think I'd to just be at home, but I know I'm gonna get itchy feet. I'd want to go and teach somewhere in the area, high school kids, maybe like English class, or I wouldn't say drama, but history class or something, and just do it, even if it's for free. But I like kids, and I like we are lecturers in a way. You doing people walk away from your show with something.
Yeah.
Naturally. So my thing is, my sister studied at Oxford, my brother got a scholarship to study overseas. I'm the only one who dropped out of school.
No, but you're quite knowledgeable. You kept reading?
I read. I'm dyslexic. I read hard. My mom, who was a teacher, she taught preschool and religious classes. My mom knew that I struggled with reading, so she'd go out and get me books. Eric Cantona, Jim Carrey, Robin Williams.
Biographies.
So I'd read. I love biographies. Now I read more than biographies. So I'd read about. So she realized that reading was hard for me, but the problem is also I was reading shit that I wasn't interested in. So if you give a kid something that they dig, now I'm gonna read this book. But if you be making me read about stuff I don't give a damn about,
yeah, I'm not gonna read it.
I don't want to know about that. I love history. But even with education, and I know people say get educated, and I know you come from an educated family, but I also think some people with degrees and stuff are some of the dumbest people I've been around.
For sure.
Like, honestly, the dumbest human beings I've met in life have degrees. Like, honors and shit, bro. I've been in conversations with people with honors. I'm like, you're the dumbest human being I've ever seen. So I've never also, I know, like, hustlers and stuff, like, I've never thought a piece of paper or degree solidifies your intelligence.
Yeah, true.
So, because the problem was with people who have degrees, and this isn't everyone, obviously, but they only read up to what they've told.
Yeah.
the curiosity stops.
Yeah, like you don't pick up a book ever again.
Yeah, so you
in any other area.
In any other area. So for me, I love documentaries. I used to watch stand-up all the time, but now I do it like all the time. So at home, I don't touch stand-up. Like you will never see me watching stand-up at home. But I'm documentaries, dude, different movies. I love watching things based on a true story, like where you're learning. I love documentaries. I go down rabbit holes, bro, of just watching things or learning or reading things, because I feel like that curiosity, you don't have to travel to learn some shit.
Yeah.
Like nowadays you can just put on something.
Yeah, true.
You're good.
Yeah, true.
And my problem with people that are educated is I'm like, you've only gone to find out as much as you've been told to find out to get this piece of paper, and then afterwards you said fuck.
Yeah, true.
So it's like so I was young enough to realize like I don't want any of these things.
Yeah.
And I experienced some stuff where I was like, where I knew people who had studied and all those things, and then they just end up doing like whatever. And also I was young and dumb in the sense that I didn't know how hard it is to get jobs or to pursue what you really wanted to do before your passion. That's also another thing. And in having kids, a motherfucker does exactly what when you have kids, you do what you have to do to raise them. So you can't be picky. I don't have children, so I guess I could go full into my passion of doing stand-up without somebody needing to be fed.
Yeah, true.
It's different when you have it's very
stand up for food is hard, bruh. Especially for food for someone else,
dude. You going to bed hungry is fine.
Yeah.
You can't be telling your child, yo, I'm still doing open mics. Hang in there.
You're running a bit for next week's food.
Yeah, dude. Hang in there. Dad, they said I may be booked as a support by June.
By Doug. Yo, Doug, I need food for next week. Come on, man. Let me host, man.
Yeah, but that's what I see with some comics. And I think some comics like can irritate me because they assume their hard work is going to just give them success. But how many people work hard?
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Dude, there's people who work for bosses that don't respect them. There's people who work their whole lives, get sick on the job, and they just replace them for a boss who doesn't even know their names properly, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they see their boss once a year at a Christmas function, and then I give him a voucher. Yes, go get something.
I had Dave Chappelle say that. He was like, it's one of his shows, I don't know which one. Then he says, many comics are at the back. Many of you are never gonna make it. Like how true that is.
No, it's true, but it's also the thing of, I think the problem with the ones that don't make it, and you can feel them, they speak wrong. So it's the attitude of, genuinely that attitude of, I'm working hard. I've been coming to the club every day for the past 2 weeks.
Therefore, put me on a show.
Yes, no.
I don't think it works like that.
No, thank you for your dedication, but you haven't improved, buddy. Thank you. Maybe take a day off and think about your life. Stop coming.
Yeah, true. Because you've not changed.
Yes, and it's not a bad thing because I've had moments for like 2 months just on a bombing spree, bruh. Just like even when you're getting laughs, you're like, I don't like this. Like, when you get a laugh and you're like, this didn't.
Yeah, it's shit laugh.
This laugh didn't fulfill me.
Yeah.
Because for us as comedians, you can do this for how long for free? Just from it giving you a feeling.
Yeah.
And you're like, I can live off this feeling. Like I'm not getting paid right now.
Maybe that's why many comics need some sort of business mind. Because you can live off just the feeling without thinking of how to monetize it.
It took me a while to understand why they call it show business. I was always cared about the show, and then you get fucked over enough times, and you're like, oh, okay, the business. I need and that.
Tell me about that. What's your perspective about that?
Well, I think it's changed also. When I started 17 years ago.
Yo, fuck.
Yeah, bro. 17 years ago. 12th of August. When I started, you wanted to be in a newspaper. Nobody wants to be in a newspaper now. When last did you have a newspaper in your house? The game's changed. So before it was like you gonna just do stand-up. People gonna come along. People gonna put you in posters. Somebody's gonna invest in you. You're gonna get bigger. Then social media happened and it was like cool, and people start inviting you to events on Facebook. Now there's a thing of you got to sell yourself on social media constantly, because the algorithm, if you're just posting posters, the algorithm's not going to feed it out.
Yeah, true.
So you need to be posting entertainment shit and all that other stuff. So it's that's the hard part. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a difficult thing, and it's learning that. So the business has changed. Like now in America, if you want to get an agent, you need to go to an agent with at least 250,000 followers.
Oh,
so now the agents aren't trying to help you get big. The agents are saying, come with your fan base.
Big. All right.
Even musicians now, getting a record deal is like, nah, bruh, come with your mixtapes and your Spotify things, and then we'll come in as distributors.
Come with your portfolio, right?
Yeah. Before you went out and found talent, nurtured it, put it out. Now it's like, nah, bruh, I need to see you. I need to see you at concerts already.
Yeah.
And then there's very few people that come with the fan base.
Even for comedy, like
don't come with the fan base.
Okay, back in the day I was in Wise, so I'd try to get gigs in Joburg, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I want to come. So someone was like, where's your body of work, man?
Yeah.
I feel like now for comics, you need to go build your portfolio, so to speak.
Yes.
Like your social media, part of it is your CV.
Yes.
You know, so when people see that, they're like, all right, come, because there's proof of concept.
Exactly. And for that's what it is. I promise you, if I didn't do stand-up, I don't think I'd be on social media.
Yeah, I feel the same, especially about X. I feel the same way too.
Yeah, that I quit in 2017.
Oh, you quit X?
I think it's way too negative, bruh.
Yeah, it's a crazy house. It's
now
like people are just fighting in there.
It's fighting. It's mean. Like now, I don't really care. But there's an early stage. I don't know if you remember in your early stage of comedy where the opinion of a person fucked with you a lot. Like a stranger could ruin my night by their opinion. And then with X, you'd walk. They also do these things in South Africa where they'd want everything was about trending. So they'd put you'd be on stage to 5,000 people, and they'd put the hashtag of the show, and they'd put your Twitter handle.
Oh, they'd put your Twitter handle
because they want the show to trend.
Oh,
so everything was being forced to trend. So now you on stage giving your soul, and this motherfucker is just is just tweeting. Then you walk off stage and you're just reading tweets about how they didn't like you. Or they liked you, and I was like, nah, this is not it.
You're on stage giving your soul.
And you walk off stage and some person's like, nah, that was wet.
So you got out, you left.
So I was just like, I don't want anything.
You don't even do it for shows?
None of it.
You're like, fuck.
None of it, bro. I use Facebook and Instagram, and tours are selling out. I'm fine. That shit, I don't want anything to do with it.
No, it's depressing. The reason I'm still on X, to be honest, is because of my job.
Right.
Like the boss is always like retweet our stuff, but honestly, man.
Oh, can I get another one of this delicious?
It's right there.
Yes.
Let me get you the soda.
Thank you.
How long do we have? You know you have a show tonight.
What are we? It's 3
We've
o'clock.
We've done an hour 19.
Okay. Can maybe do another 15.
Okay, that's fine.
If you're happy with that.
Yeah, let's go. Is that enough?
A little bit more, please, brother. Thank you.
So we do another 15 and then
Yeah, that's cool.
So,
Yes.
how do you prepare for shows, man? Like now you have a show tonight. So what's your...
Sorry.
It's alright, just finish and then even me, let me re-up my...
Oh, how do I prepare for shows? This is such a great little machine you got here, bro.
Yeah, man, it's hot track. It's very mobile.
Yeah.
See, like now it's picking up the sound of the power bank. I used to watch your podcast with your buddies.
Loy Madinga, Tats and Konzo.
Yes, shout out to those guys, man. Man, Tats is a freaking beast.
Yeah.
And the other guy too.
Loy's in New York. Loy's been in New York for 2 years now, just over 2 years.
Yeah.
He did the whole move.
Maybe you guys don't know how much impact you've had here.
I don't think about
it's
this.
Crazy, man.
You don't think about.
Like we used to watch. Okay, I speak for myself. I used to watch. Like in South Africa, at least you guys have representation on Netflix and stuff. When was your first Netflix gig? Was it the Comedians of Africa gig?
No, it was Only Jokes Allowed.
Oh, okay.
Only Jokes Allowed. We recorded that. It was difficult because we were meant to do the Netflix deal. I was meant to do a deal in 2020. I was meant to do a deal when Netflix had their offices, and then the pandemic happened. Literally, it was March of 2020. Pandemic happened, stopped everything, and then it opened up again. And then the deal changed to doing the Only Jokes Allowed show with the comedians.
Was it being shot in South Africa?
Johannesburg, South Africa. So the hard part was things weren't really open, so we had to create these spaces to do stand-up, to get ready with material before you do a Netflix thing. We just had 15 minutes each. But that was the hardest part, was just getting stage time, because there was no... Things weren't out, or people also people also scared to come out. So coming out when everything was open, coming out was you were rebellious to be on the streets.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You shouldn't have been on the streets, but if you were, you're like, oh, this person doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the hard part. So yeah. So yeah.
We're talking about the Netflix thing.
The Netflix, yes, I'm with you. But it's so yeah. That was 2021 or 2022. Yeah, I think it was 2022.
Yeah.
And then after that, I took all that money and I just went and spent 4 months in New York, just going around gigging.
Did they pay well
in New York?
It was for the Netflix thing.
Oh, they did pay well, but nowhere near a Chappelle deal.
Was it anywhere near Monique? I'm not taking less than 500,000, baby.
Oh, that's hilarious.
No, but it was cool, right?
It was cool, and it was also, you hadn't worked for so long, so it was.
Oh yeah, it was a refreshing.
It was refreshing, and Monique. But Monique is a great example of like what we were saying about what people think they deserve.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I admire her saying that.
Her belief in herself.
Belief in herself, but I think also some people feel like some people also slow down and they don't realize that the game changes and they still are demanding of what they think they deserve, which is fine. I think the world has a beautiful way of humbling us all, bro. One thing, if you're not going to walk the earth with some sort of humility, it will give you humility.
Yeah, it's and then it takes its time.
Yes, and if you're not openly, if you don't go out into the world with humility, then the world doesn't just humble you, it humiliates you.
Yeah.
Because there's humility and
publicly.
Yes. Humility is great because humility, you in on it. Humiliation, that shit had nothing to do with you. That was the forces.
No, that's why you should go, like, I feel like you shouldn't, as much as you can, you try go step by step.
Yeah.
The first time I came to Joburg, I think we met around that time. I came with a friend of mine. You were hosting a gig, and then you're like, oh, yo, there's some Kenyans here.
Oh.
And then it was me and a friend of mine. Then we got on stage. We were doing a gig at Melrose Arc.
Yes.
I don't know if it was called The Venue or something.
Probably
I don't remember.
The Venue.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're there with KG. Shout out KG, man.
Yeah, KG.
Dope guy.
One of the best storytellers ever.
Yeah, man. So I got on stage, because it was like you've called me up. So I got on. I just did a couple of things. I got a couple of laughs, and then I came back to Kenya. And then a couple of months later, I'm like, yo, let me go back. So I texted, is it Donovan Goliath?
Yes, Donovan Goliath.
There's another guy. The three.
Nicholas. Donovan.
Nicholas. I texted Nicholas.
Yes, it would be Nicholas. Nicholas was more about lineups.
Yeah. So I'm like, yo, man, I'm coming back. Put me on stage. But I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for that stage.
Yeah.
I should have come and done open mics and, got my footing on the ground before. Because it was a big stage. The Goliath stage was a big stage, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Goliath Comedy Club.
Yeah.
That place was great. I wrote a one-man there. I used to live around the corner and I used to just message Nicholas and I was like, anyone cancels, I'm here, bruh.
All right.
And that's what I always tell comics as well. Like, even you not feeling ready it's fine, because I don't think you know if you're ready or not until you take the leap.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can be completely like unprepared for experience, but it's still an experience that you benefit from.
Yeah.
Like this, I don't think you learn much from succeeding all the time. So always ask like to get on, and sometimes it's just, even if you don't go to New York or whatever, like if you see another comedian in New York and they're posting gigs at a place, go follow that gig.
Yeah.
So then they follow back naturally. That's what comics do. And then they seeing you working out in the world. And then when you do land up in New York and you holler at a person, they're like, okay, cool. This person, I can put this person on. Like, nobody's going to come for you. It's just, I always ask, like, sometimes people think I'm so busy, and I am busy, but people think like my head's too big to do a gig. So I'll go and do the show. Like before I came to Kenya, the Wednesday and Thursday, I went and I done my one-man show in Durban the weekend before, and then I went to Joburg and I just fucking did I did open spot nights just to work on material. So literally like 10 people, and you just go, okay, I'm gonna go figure that shit out there, dude. And then it's just, or sometimes even for a bigger show, just go like, yo, I've been on the road touring, but can I come do 10 minutes tonight? And then they'll book you for the next one. Because sometimes people think that you're so far out in the world, you're not going to come and do our thing. And it's nice to just be on stage without pressure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, true.
I think that's one thing that young artists don't realize in general, but I think specifically comedians, they want to be famous and all that shit, but they also don't appreciate not being known. Like, take advantage that no one knows you. Go fucking wild. Say crazy things. Yeah, if they don't know you, brother, they're just like, that guy was fucking weird. And we leave it there.
Yeah.
When they know you and they're coming out, they leaving the house just for you. The pressure changes, dude.
Yeah, true. No, but shout out to you, man. Thank you for coming through for this.
Thank you, brother.
Podcast.
I appreciate it. I don't know, was it too serious? Are these podcasts more chill?
I think it'll get more. No, it's a mix of both.
Okay.
I'm sure the next time you come, it'll be less interviewee. But I've enjoyed it.
No, it was cool.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
It was cool. Thank you for having me, bro.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
I know guys are like, why aren't you asking the question? What's it like working with Trevor Noah? What's he like?
Trevor's dope. Trevor's great. Humble, chilled. I think I'm very fortunate for the time that I also toured with Trevor. As from his first tours, first specials, up until 2 years ago. I've gone to, when I've been in New York, I've gone and seen him in the writing room at Daily Show and recording the show, and I think Trevor's one. Dude, I've seen people become arrogant after getting a job and being unemployed. And I've I've seen friends become assholes from the smallest
upgrade.
A pair of sneakers changed him into a dick. Trevor, I can confidently tell you, Trevor, obviously he's changed because he's grown as a human being, and there's differences that I'm sure people around him all the time see, but it's not the change that the stereotypical change that one would get when they become a millionaire and a household name throughout the world. That I haven't felt or seen with Trevor. Like I still feel like I'm with my dude.
Yeah.
Like this guy is still.
Yeah. That's commendable, man.
Yeah, and it must be. I'm sure it's very easy to become an asshole, to become somebody else with that kind of attention and money and fame and success. But I personally haven't been in a situation where I was like, who's this?
Yeah.
Who's this new guy?
And I feel like we should all learn that, man. Like even on
I think some people wanted fame and money to become assholes.
Shit.
And I think there's some people who are like, wait until I get rich.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you.
I've got plans, buddy.
I'm gonna fuck with you.
I can't wait to change on you, motherfuckers.
Yeah, man.
So,
but I feel like it's a learned skill.
Yeah, but it's also I think there's things that you have in you. I think Trevor has core values like his relationship with his mother, his grandmother. Like I think he's also gone. It's not. You also need to practice certain values in your life for things not to fuck with you. Like if you make an effort in how you are with your friends or your siblings or your parents, and keeping them around you and keeping their opinion important in your life, then I don't think the outside world can fuck with you that much. But if you're out there looking for validation, bro, it's game over, dude.
Yeah.
This shit has, I'm sure it's everywhere in life, but in this industry, entertainment, there's vultures, dude.
Yeah.
There's vultures.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere, bro. They're
lurking.
They're lurking, and the thing is, the streets always win. I think people don't realize it. The streets always win. Like the street chew you up and spit you out. I'm telling you, bro. So it's I think tread slowly, and one thing I'll say, if any young comic watches this, the advice that I've learned to be patient and not get angry or avoid ever feeling bitter or jealous about another comic or another artist is you work your hardest, you try your best. That's what you can give.
Work your hardest, try
your best. Do as much, learn as much about marketing and all those things, but be prepared and be happy with also learning without the attention. And I think lastly, why did I go blank here? It's also, if you've tried your best at something, also understanding that then where you are in life is exactly where God wants you. He's keeping you there for a bit longer to get a full lesson before you can go like this.
Yeah, true.
He's just like, just hang there, boy. Just hang there, and the catapult's gonna go now.
Yeah.
But like I've realized, like this, I think in growing older, is going, oh, I couldn't get this thing because if I got it, I'd have ruined it.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, but unfortunately, you got to get older to realize these things.
Yeah.
But like, if you're trying your best and you feel like you're stuck, you're not stuck. You're there for a reason. It's not stuck.
Yeah.
Cool.
Check out Robby Collins. Follow him. I'm sure he'll be back in Kenya soon.
100%.
Yeah. So Robby Collins on Instagram, right?
Yeah, Robby Collins _
and Robby Collins _
yes.
And then
there's a lot of white Robby Collins out there, bro.
Robby Collins, formerly on X.
I'd actually love to go see what my last tweet was. It was probably saying,
fuck y'all.
Fuck y'all.
Fuck all y'all.
Fuck all y'all.
I'm out. Yeah, man. No, but thank you for coming through.
Thank you, my brother.
Spread the word about us in South Africa in regard to the scene here.
Definitely, I will.
It's always a learning curve when you guys come through and we see you guys playing. So the more you guys come, the merrier for us.
100%.
Because we get to learn without paying a ticket for 120,000 to come to Mzanzi. Did you know that before we used to have to get a visa to come to South Africa?
So this year is the first time. This year I just landed and I could come in, but last year I had to get the
ETA, I think.
Yeah.
So for us, we take our passport to some place, they stay with it for 5 days, and then they award you a couple of days.
So how long did you get in the country?
The first time I got 20 days. The second time I got 5.
What did you do?
I had less money.
What did you do with the first 20 days?
I had less money because you have to take your bank statement.
Oh.
Yeah, so they check out your money, check out how much you, and then if it's little, they give you less days.
I find that so humiliating.
Yeah,
my
man.
bank statements.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah, I'm also like, yo, I'm just having a bad month. The fuck, this is not me for life.
Yo, man. Cheers, man. See you guys on the next one.
Cheers.
Bye-bye. This is Kitengela town for you who've never been here. That is a local quarry.